I am an asshole. I am guilty, as much as anyone, of doing some of the same things that I'll be chastising you all for tonight. I am trying, much as I can, to be a better person. I'm still a judgmental son of a bitch, but at least I'm trying to be a bit more sensitive about it. Now that we've got that happy horse shit out of the way, here's your damn rant show, folks! Greetings, I am E. Adam Thomas, and welcome to That Damn Rant Show, a sour lime skittle buried in a bowl full of M&Ms. Recently, a Playboy model named Danny Mathers made headlines after she snapped a picture of another woman in the changing room of a fitness center and captioned it with the comment, "If I can't unsee this, then you can't either." Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that not only was this a really cruel, vicious thing to do, it was also stupid and extremely illegal. You know, it used to be a popular joke that models who posed nude for magazines were stupid idiots, and that in and of itself was a rather callous and insensitive stereotype. But bullshit like this certainly doesn't help to dispel that image at all. To their credit, Playboy did fire her ass after the image she took went viral. But still, it calls into question how this kind of shit occurs in the first place. What is it about us as a species that compels us to suddenly become heinously insensitive douchebags? Well, on the one hand, there is the time-honored caveat of, "It was a joke. Lighten up and stop being so oversensitive." Which I've used quite a few times myself, come to think of it. That argument has been used to do everything from minimizing a racial slur to preventing global thermonuclear war.
I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
Now, that did not originally go out over the airwaves. Reagan was actually doing a sound check for one of his weekly NPR broadcasts, but somehow the recording of this wisecrack got out and Russia went on full alert. DEFCON 1, the whole 9 yards. Did they honestly believe Reagan was about to nuke their fucking balls? Probably not. They were throwing a tantrum for being picked on during recess. They were responding to bullying with bullying. What this really shows us is that the Republicans in office should really just avoid NPR. But more specifically, it shows us how a seemingly innocent joke amongst friends in privacy can suddenly cause damage in heretofore unanticipated ways. Heretofore. Sounds so grown up. Oh, that's Doctor Who joke, sorry. One of the oldest jokes in the books are the many "my spouse is so fat" jokes.
Excuse me, but am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas.
It also works with your mama's so fat, or your daddy's so fat, your sister's so fat, your dog is so fat, your marmoset's so fat, whatever. But really what I want to talk about is body shaming as a whole. And are we literally becoming so oversensitive that any comment of any sort on the topic is becoming taboo? Or is it about time we stopped making cruel jokes at one another for the sake of making our friends laugh? Now, this issue is pretty much universal. But it's exceptionally intense when it comes to us geeks who enjoy cosplay. For those of you who never travel more than 27 feet away from your TV when there's a football game on, cosplaying is the practice of assembling and wearing a costume based on a favorite fictional character and hanging out with other fans of the same or similar characters to enjoy some social interaction that doesn't revolve around beating up nerds and grilling cheap-ass steaks out on the back of your Ford F-150 in a broiling parking lot in front of a major sports venue. If you think normal body shaming is bad, consider the poor soul who labors intensively to put together a costume to celebrate one of their favorite characters from a movie, a TV show, or a comic book or novel series, and get slapped back with a bunch of bullshit because they don't look right in the costume. Now, this doesn't just happen to heavier fans. People are getting shit on left and right when they cosplay for myriad idiotic reasons. Being too tall, being too short, being too skinny, being too old, too incorrectly gendered. And more often than not, it's by some fucking sleazeball who is only at the con to cruise chicks and act like a fucking asshole with erroneously assumed impunity. They'll show up in a Superman t-shirt they bought at Walmart, drunk or stoned off their ass, and spend most of their time playing Laugh at the Freaks while trying to cop a feel off of one of the female cosplayers in skimpy outfits, not even considering for a moment that the tit they're trying to squeeze might belong to a 14-year-old girl. So, it's a whole weekend of laughing at the fatties and committing sexual assault on minors. There's something to be proud of, you pathetic fuckstick. The sad part is, some of the worst offenders, when it comes to body shaming among cosplayers, are other fucking cosplayers. In other words, assholes who should fucking know better. Think of it this way, shit nugget. Let's say your girlfriend, your mom, your sister, or your daughter went to a con dressed as Supergirl, and some shit-stained Doritos addict told her she was too fat to cosplay as Supergirl. Would you not be overwhelmed with the temptation to find that turd goblin and curb stomp his ass into a pile of quivering blood-flavored jello? It goes both ways, in both genders, all genders really, and body types, and all across fandom genres. You know, this really should be a rule in all of society, that if someone says something cruel and insensitive to somebody just to be an asshole, and they're not on a stage in front of a microphone being paid to be an asshole, I'm an well, I'm not being paid, but besides the point, you can just walk right up to said asshole, kick them as hard as humanly possible in the nutsack, or cunt, depending on the situation, and say, I hereby avenge my fellow human being's dignity upon you. Justice has been served. Go fuck yourself, shitbasket. In a perfect world, anyway. The main thing is, there is a time and a place. I don't condone censorship in any fashion, but I also don't condone being a vicious asshole. If you don't like the way somebody looks, look away. Look at something else. On a related note, here, too, is that when young women cosplay as characters who are, shall we say, erotically stimulating, or sexy, as it were, that does not give anyone else, of either gender, or any gender, the right to grope, fondle, or harass them in any way. No means no. Keep your fucking paws off and stop being a fucking shithead. Those of you who have gone to a few conventions have probably heard this phrase numerous times before, but it still bears repeating. Big letters on screen. Cosplay is not consent. No petting the titties unless you're given express verbal permission of the owner of the titties. Got it, Captain Gropefest?
Just a minute.
Seriously, Shatner? So, what is the big answer? Shields! Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong show. The big answer, is that it is up to all of us to stop being assholes to one another. And I do mean all of us. If you're a more Zoftig person, you have no more right to body shame a skinny girl than she has to call you fat. And if you do so anyway, guess what? You are a fucking bitch/asshole and deserve to have your own shortcomings thrown back on you in the face like a festering shit pie. By the same token, a lot of the sentiment I expressed recently in my racist rant also applies here. We are too busy in this society trying to protect each other from words and thoughts that might upset them, that we, as a species, have become so obscenely thin-skinned. Let's face it, if somebody's going to call you a fat fuck or a scrawny bitch or an ugly turd, they're probably somebody you're not going to like anyway, and by reacting to their taunts, by getting pissed off or offended, you're giving them exactly the response they want. Keep in mind that everybody is a bully to somebody. Bully isn't always a generalized character trait. Sometimes, for reasons unknown, there is just someone in your sphere of influence that has a bad effect on you, and you just want to be a jerk to them. Until they give you a good reason, though, just resist the fucking urge. Don't be a dick. If anything I have said today offended you, or upset you in any way, good, at least you're thinking. If you agree with everything I said, awesome. Either way, let me know by commenting on this video, looking up that damn rant show on Facebook, emailing me at boratom@gmail.com, finding me on Twitter or Picasso or Snapchat or whatever the fuck you want. I really want to hear from you, especially if I pissed you off. And I'm sure there's a few of you on this episode specifically that I did piss off. Just remember, everyone is an asshole to someone. Happy Halloween, and don't forget to play the Harley Quinn drinking game. It'll make the night go by weirder. Let's all sing some Halloween carols. There are no Halloween. Well, there is the one. We did the mash. It was the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard oh my god, I killed Tom Baker. I am ashamed. Shame.
Angry Men Reviews. Many fucks said, no fucks given.